Good evening. You're welcome to another edition of Import Export Platform Facebook Live from 3 First Trade Academy. My name is Dele Ayemibo. We continue our conversation from where we stopped. And where we stopped was the why, the what, and how to export to Nigeria. The why, the what, and how to export to Nigeria. I'll be rounding off the subsection on what does Nigeria buy from abroad today. I'll be rounding off that session today. And I'll be starting a new session entirely tomorrow. And that will be the trade environment in Nigeria. So that you can understand the environment, the people in the environment. By trade environment, I mean policymakers, organizations you have to interact with if you are importing into Nigeria. But this evening, I just have 2 more products to go. The first one is weapons, and the second one is wood product. And I'm hoping to do those 2 this night. Weapons and wood product. Weapon is about $7.92 million, and wood product is about $164 million. Weapon, $7.92 million. This weapon includes explosive weapons, spring, air, and gas gun, military weapons, and other firearms. I'll go over that again. Explosive ammunitions, spring, air, and gas gun, military weapons, and other firearms. And this constitutes $7.92 million. $7.92 million. If this is all Nigeria imported in 2000 in a whole year, then sincerely I'm not sure we are ready to fight Boko Haram. I want to assume some items were imported that didn't go through the normal channel. But if this is all that Nigeria imported, in a whole year, because it's just $7 million. But we have hundreds of billion budget for military. Hundreds of billion budgeted for military. So I really do not understand. I will appreciate if someone can help me to understand. I feel that amount is too small. But don't let me get into politics and other things. Let me just focus on what I'm supposed to do this evening, which is the fact that Nigeria import this item. But the beauty of ammunition is not just everybody can import it. So I won't be able to say, oh, consider importing it. No. Not just anybody can import this kind of product into Nigeria. Not just anybody. You have to have the contract with the government and have what it takes to be able to do the importation into Nigeria. Now, the explosive ammunition is 45. I know the explosive ammunition is not only what's the name that imported. It's not only what do you call it now? It's not only military that imported. You know, there are some goods they are called dual use goods. Dual use goods are highly controlled goods in the world, simply because of the danger of allowing them to get into the hand of just anybody. Dual use goods. Yes, I agree with you But if this quantity of ammunition, I know salary is there, but if this is all we import, my brother, we are not fighting, what's the name? We are not fighting that battle. If this is all we import, I mean, I can't believe it. I can't fathom it. I can't fathom it. If this is all we import, no. There's no, for me, there is no explanation that I will accept. If this is all we import, because you don't know what is against us. The odds against us is so serious. The odds against us is so serious. The odds against us is so serious that if we do not take drastic action and treat it with kid gloves, I just pray this will not consume us as a nation. Because every now and then you see, for these people to be doing what they are doing, you need to understand what is going on. They are well funded. For them to do what they are doing, I'm talking about the, what's the name? The Boko Haram and the like. They are well funded. So if they are well funded, then our military also must be well funded. If our military is not well funded, then we will not be able to fight them. That means they will have upper hand all the time. So I understand what you're saying about the fact that they have other things they are doing, and I agree with you 100%. I'm only saying that if this is all we spend, we don't seem to be ready to really fight this menace. But I believe strongly the government is doing more than that. I believe strongly. Because it's just unthinkable. It's most unthinkable. Very much unthinkable if this is all we spend. Very much unthinkable if this is all that we spend. I don't want to go into all those other details. Like I said, I don't want to get into politics. Let me just focus on what I need to do this evening. What I'm here to do this evening basically is to talk about, I was talking about dual goods before I saw that comment. Dual use goods. What is a dual use goods? A dual use goods is an item that can be used both for positive and negative in the society. A dual use goods is an item that can be used for both positive and negative in the society. What is an example of dual use goods? It's explosives. Now, explosive can be used for blasting. Explosive can be used for blasting. Explosive can be used for blasting. What do I mean by blasting? I mean blasting of rock during mining. Now, that is one use of explosive, but there's another use of explosives. Explosive can be used to produce bomb. To do bomb that Boko Haram is using to kill Nigerians. Now, so any product that have positive use at the same time have negative use is called dual use goods. And dual use goods is controlled. Not just anybody can import dual use goods. Not just anybody can import dual use goods. Why? Because of the danger of the good finding itself in the hand of a wrong person. Because of the danger of someone finding these arms and ammunition in the hand of a wrong person. That can be too dangerous for a nation. If it's in the hand of a wrong person, that can be too dangerous for a nation. Why? That means you will just find yourself allowing a potential terrorist to have access to arm and ammunition. So generally, if you are going to do that in Nigeria, you will need approval. If you are going to import it legally, of course, most of the arms and ammunition being used in Nigeria are illegal. Most of them are illegal. Most of them get into Nigeria illegally. Most of them do not have documentation. You know, I saw in news over the weekend of some people that were arrested and being arraigned, and they said they supply ammunition to politicians during election. They supply ammunition to politicians during election. And you know the implication of that? If they are supplying ammunitions to politicians during election, what's the implication of that? They are basically ensuring that people are scared so that they can do their evil. But this is a confession of those doing it. That kind of ammunition will not have record that it enter Nigeria. So when I'm talking about ammunition right now, I'm talking about ammunition that have record with the government that this ammunition entered Nigeria. I'm talking about ammunition that have a record with the government that this ammunition entered Nigeria. Those are the ammunition I'm talking about. The ammunition that do not have any record with the government is not what I'm talking about. Those ammunition that don't have record with government are smuggled in. Those ammunition that do not have record with government are smuggled in. And because they are smuggled in, I won't count them as... Because they are smuggled in, I won't count them as part of the data I'm talking about. But like I said, I can't really say much on this issue. Reason being that this is controlled. So I can't say, oh, consider importing this item to Nigeria. Because of the approvals involved, because of the processes involved, and because these items are very much controlled simply because they are dangerous goods. Simply because they are dangerous goods. Anybody using them or having access to them must be licensed. Anybody using them or having access to them must be licensed. So if such a person is not licensed, the person is bringing it illegally, and then, like I said, I don't want to say much about it. So let me spend more time talking about what I'm comfortable talking about. What I'm comfortable talking about, and that is goods that have that is adding value to the society. So I will move away from this now and move on to the next one. And the next one is wood product. Yes, this looks more like it for me. Wood product. Wood product. Which kind of wood product? Wood fireboard, plywood, particle board, wood frames, sunwood, wood charcoal, plating product, wood ornament, wood crate, shape wood, other wood article, wood tool handle, and veneer sheet. Veneer sheet. And like I said, this is $164 million. Let's put it in perspective. $100 million is 36 billion naira. $10 million is 3.6 billion naira. So we have about 60 billion naira. I'm trying to calculate it. 60 billion naira. 60 billion naira we're talking about here. 60 billion naira. 60 billion naira. 60 billion naira. What are we using it to import? Wood. What are we using it to import? Wood. And like I said, this is a painful one for me. Why? Nigeria is full of different shades, type, and form of wood. Nigeria is full of different shade, form, size, and type of wood. So if we are importing wood product, that calls for concern. If we are importing wood product, that calls for concern. If we are importing wood product, that calls for concern. Why? We can produce it locally. But we are spending over 60 billion naira to import wood products. So for example, wood fiber board. You know, in Nigeria today, the furniture making is taking a new turn. Wood fiber board is what people use now. You know, typically a shoemaker, I say a shoemaker, a carpenter will go to the people selling this and give them what he wants to produce and the sizes, and they will cut it for him, and he simply knock them together, fix them together. Bingo. We have a wood product already. We have a wood product already. And that is the way it works. And that's very common in Nigeria today. Very, very, very common. Very, very, very common in Nigeria today. Very common in Nigeria today. Very, very common in Nigeria today. So what that is telling anybody listening to me is, and I need to say that about $30 million, about $82 million is used for this importation. $82 million. And that comes to about 30 billion naira. 30 billion naira. That comes to about 30 billion naira. 30 billion naira is a lot to be used to import this wood item. Like I said, these are items that the raw material are all over Nigeria. That means we have all the raw material to produce it. But as usual, you know what happened? We send a lot of this material abroad. We send them to the like of Vietnam and China, and they will use this wood to produce this fiber board that we are importing. We definitely have what it takes to produce this product. But it's been important to Nigeria anyway, so we'll talk about it. Plywood, 31%. 31%. That's about total is about 60 billion. So we have 30 billion already. 31% will be about 20 billion. 20 billion. Plywood, 20 billion. Particle board. Particle board is about 12 billion. Sorry, I'm trying to confirm. Sorry, not 12 billion. 1.2 billion. Particle board, 1.2 billion. Wood frame, about 1 billion naira. Shape wood, about 1 billion naira. And to think that Nigeria is importing this quantum of wood, that is interesting. Even though Nigeria is littered with forests, rainforest, different kind of forest, with wood that we can use to produce this. But like I said, our people, for one reason or the other, seems to be interested in just sending rough or sawn wood, unprocessed wood, even though it's illegal and prohibited. We ship it out. There is a mindset driving us. It's called the mindset of quick, sharp, quick fix. We want it now, and very few are willing to put in all the labor, all the effort. So putting all the labor and effort is like, guy, you are wasting time, man. You are wasting time. Who has that time? All the labor and effort, who has that time? Nobody has that time. And that seems to be a major challenge for us. That seems to be a major challenge for us. That seems to be a major challenge for us. And that's making us to import almost everything, including, importing these wood products, even though some of them are not finished, they are still going to add value to them in Nigeria. But spending 60 billion naira to import them, for me, is just showing the same issue we've always had. Export crude, import PMS. Export crude, import AGO. Export crude, import DPK. Export crude and import all the finished product that we are using in our society, in our community, in our environment. This has brought me to the end of this subsection, which is talking about what does Nigeria import. I will talk about trade environment tomorrow and trade processes in the evening. I will take a good time to discuss import process in Nigeria. What is the step-by-step process of importing into Nigeria? Then we move on to clearance of goods at the Nigerian port. How do you clear goods at the Nigerian port? Then we'll discuss import prohibition and the product that CBN has designated as not being valid for FX. Has not been valid for FX. Has not been valid for FX, the 43 item. Then I'll move to pre and post import documentation. Pre and post import documentation. Then we'll discuss import guidelines. And then we talk about the benefit of e-SUNCAP, the SUNCAP process generally. Then after that, we'll now discuss NAFDAC. We'll be looking at guideline for import of food, guideline for import of drug, and guideline for import of cosmetics. So we still have a very long way to go. Like I said, this might take us beyond part 50 because today we are already on part 18. Part 18. We might get to part 50 or even go beyond part 50 at the rate we are going. But remember, we're discussing the what, the why, and how to export to Nigeria. The what, the why, and how to export to Nigeria. The what, the why, and how to export to Nigeria. I'm basically talking to local Nigerian citizens about how they can ship goods to Nigeria, how they can import into Nigeria, such that if I've spoken a lot about export, you do not have the energy of going through all the hassles, issues, and challenges of export. That is fine. You can still be in the trade business, but you can be on the import side. Import side. Import side. And on the import side, I've spoken about different array and group of products that will help, that you can consider in importing into Nigeria. I started with animal and vegetable product, then animal hide, then animal products, then art and antiquities, then chemical products, foodstuffs, foot and headwear, then instruments, machines, metals, miscellaneous, mineral products, paper goods, plastic and rubber, precious metals, stone and glass, textiles, transportation, vegetable products, weapons, and I ended with wood products. See you tomorrow morning as I move on to international trade environment in Nigeria. That's import trade environment in Nigeria. Bye for now, and have a very good evening.